Okay, so today I'm going to be reading this. This is another old one, so don't judge it too harshly. As ever, it'll be 10 pages at a time. This is the front cover, and it says, Leah's back to save the universe, kill legions of Danes, and win back her HQ. But first, she has to get through the queue for the Valley Swirler ride. Right, here we go. Mungo Star Comics presents L.F.5, the ship that scurred the world. Not far from the used-to-be benevolent clutches of planet Shen rests the bird planet of Wasu. Throughout the years, it has been a major player in defining the future of p.a.w. Today is no exception. With p.a.w. HQ recently overrun by the Dane army, and Shen and all of its populace being held a world hostage, the majority of p.a.w. were forced to flee and take refuge on the quicksand planet of Shalo. A couple of Leah Force agents, however, missed the announcement and found themselves on the usual retreat ground of Wasu, there to return a big piece of their property. I can't believe we once had the keys to that thing. Are the bird people still holding on to it? Yes, they need it for their investigation. It's a ship of bird origin and design, but no one can seem to remember it ever being built or its maiden lift-off. It's one of those strange enigmas space throws at you from time to time that I hate, because I can't explain it. Hey Leah, the bird people have agreed to lend us one of their ships. What? Oh, it's you, Rover. I still haven't gotten used to your new canine face. I keep wanting to go for my gun, thinking you're a cadet wanting my autograph. You know I had to change it. I hated looking more human than canine, and thanks to a camouflage belt, I can now look the way I've always wanted to. Besides, this helps me to fit in, and I get a lot less strange looks in the canteen now. Okay, so we've got to ride off this world, but where do we go? As soon as we show up on p.a.w. HQ's radar, the Danes are going to start butchering Shen's countrymen, and I hardly call that a rescue. You could ask me. I've not been wasting my time here by watching the bird people build enormous nests. Well, not all of it anyway. What have you got, Dalmatia? A rift in space that can swallow up an entire fleet of Dane ships. But don't tell me, you left the on switch back in p.a.w. HQ. No, I've worked out what triggered that rip in the cosmos just outside HQ. The emissions from a single stationary p.a.w. ship. One was present on each occasion. If a certain brave Leah Force agent could hold their ground at the exact coordinates, they might be able to activate the phenomenon, fly away, and let it envelop any advancing ships. A big help indeed for anyone trying to regain control of our HQ. And you're sure that'll work? Well, it's only a theory at best, but it's not me who's going to be staring at a sky full of Danes. By brave Leah Force agent, I meant you. But the only problem is the current lack of a viable p.a.w. ship. I believe there's some back on HQ though. Or the next best thing, Shalo. Rover, it looks as though we finally got our destination. I'll try to join you there with whatever resources I can gather. But before you go, may I suggest something else to you, bearing in mind the enemy you're about to face. And so soon, a lone relicraft carrying Leah and Rover ventures off and out of Wasu's safe domain, heading Shalowards. Meanwhile, at the source of all this trouble, p.a.w. HQ, the new owners have started to settle into their prize catch. You know, I've never felt so much at home as I do right now. We've got to do something about this decor though. Yes, I bet to your young bird eyes this whole station seems garish, but to our canine monotone vision, it's perfect. Is it totally secure though? There's no more agents hiding underneath tables and in storage dens. No, it was just that one. I don't know what he thought he might accomplish by it. Then I hope you killed one Shen citizen as we promised. I don't want to seem the type who breaks promises. Well, yeah, I mean, he was from Shen, wasn't he? Daniel, we're getting a call of help from planet Meikle D. It seems they're under attack from a race called the Safbules. That's the 10th call today. Ignore it, then try to get hold of the leader of these Safbules. Sounds like a group we could use on our side, and I do mean use. And as for all the other calls today, tell them we'll fly to their rescue as soon as we receive payment of their tolls, and not a moment before. I can't believe Paul ran this place as a non-profit organisation. Yes, sir. 'Cause that's all very well, but when are we going to take over Wasu? I've shown my loyalty to the Dane cause time and time again, so when are you going to respect my wishes? Relax, Roos. This isn't a race, it's a universal takeover bid, and you do it a planet at a time. If you want, though, you can take a ship and act as our advanced wave of attack on your own. But be warned, we still don't know where Paul retreated to, and considering the long-standing history between them and your planet, they might very well be there. So just imagine what they'll do to you when you turn up in that uniform, and if you can't imagine it, then I can, and it's not very pleasant. Dano, we're getting another... Yes, I'm getting the picture now. I don't know how Paul put up with this all the time. Cutting light through the impassable sky. Leah, are you sure we should be driving this thing? I only know what half of these buttons do. Then I think you should be called pilot on this mission. I don't know that many. Okay, gonna have to leave it there. Carry this on in part 2. See you all on that one.